Hi everyone, Corey here from Tales from a Colt County Girl, and in this video I'm going to do a bit of a reflection on what it's been like for me to use my Monster Flex for the last 2 months now. Yeah, it's been about 2 months. So, I've said in previous videos that I dreamt this sort of planner up a few years ago when I was answering um, Alexis, aka Miss Trenchcoat's perfect planner tag. And I will link that below so you can either watch the video or read the blog post, whichever you prefer. And one of the questions was if you could dream up your ideal planner and poof, it would be right there in front of you. What would you say? At the time, I didn't know flex binders with bigger rings existed. I hadn't seen them. And I actually said a mini flex with bigger rings so that I could put my planner in it but still have it as a notebook and whatever else I needed it for. And of course, I always liked the idea of having a customizable cover. I will get into this more in another video where I talk about that. So I've been using this for the past 2 months in conjunction with my passion planner. And passion planner stays home. It just got too heavy and bulky to carry with me back and forth to work. And I wasn't really using it at work because work is work and you do work things at work, not personal things at work. So when I do my July walkthrough of the passion planner, I'll show off how I'm now using that. But that's another video. I love using this thing. I am so happy. I'm very hesitant to say that I have found planner peace because the second I say that, I have to change planners. I don't ask me what it is, but every time I think I have found planner peace and I verbalize that thought, within a week I've changed system, changed container, changed binder, changed something. It's like, really? I gotta go through this again. But what I've always liked about the flex binders is the ability to bend it back like that with a spiral notebook. And I love the fact that I can take any page that is in here and put it into a regular 3-ring binder because the holes line up perfectly. It really has become everything that I need. And yeah, right now the planner pages I'm using, the monthlies are something I created myself, and they're awesome. Let me flip to a blank. Let me flip to August, because August doesn't really have a lot. Actually, no. August actually does have stuff on it. Let's go to November. November doesn't have stuff on it. So what my monthly looks like is the first page. It's just got these 2 columns, and the backs of it look the same. And that's so I can make categorized to-do lists on the front, and I do knitting goals and writing goals. And then on the back, I put my blogging editorial calendar, and then I have another column if I wanted to make another list. But I have that option. And being able to bend this back means you can see me and the planner at the same time. And this is just a blank monthly that it's a fill-in, do-it-yourself. And it's my standard one I use when I just need a monthly layout. And it's nothing special. I created it in Microsoft Word. Seriously, it's nothing special. And that's what I'm using for my monthly, and find a blank weekly. I went over this in another video, but what I'm usually using for my weeklies are some leftover Franklin Covey Blooms inserts from 2015 that I've just gone through and changed the dates on. And this is what Franklin Covey's vertical week on 2 pages. It comes as its own little set where the front of the week, the beginning of the week, has this weekly task list, and I'm going to show you how the different ways I've played around with this page. I've tried several different layouts. Then my week on 2 pages looks like this. And this is the standard setup. All I did was washi tape over all the holes because Daytimer and Franklin Covey have that 7-hole ring setup. And none of those holes lined up with these 2 rings. That's annoying. So I washi taped over them and repunched them and just changed the date up here. I mean, it's fun for me to do that. It's kind of relaxing. And then I just fill in the weeks where I need it. And for those that think, oh, I decorate with stickers. No. Those are, I'll get back to that in a second. And then the back of the week looks like this. It's another, it says weekly tasks up here. And it's another blank page. And I typically make my weekend list on here. It's as nice as it is having my weekend together, like it is here. I just put time-sensitive stuff on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And all the to-dos I want to get done on the weekend, I do those as one big list. That way it's, if I write something on Friday and I can't get it done until Sunday, that would bug me. So for me, having one big weekend list works. And right here I have a dolphin and a bunny sticker. On the other pages I had hearts. What those were was when I wasn't going to use those inserts for inserts anymore. I decided, well, I didn't want to waste the paper. So I turned them upside down and punched them so that they could be note paper for here. And that's literally what it was they were punched, and when they were put into the flex to be scratch paper, they were upside down. So yeah, these holes do line up with these rings. And to cover that up for right now, I've used my lots of Lisa Frank stickers. I love Lisa Frank. So I've got a bunch of Lisa Frank stickers that I use to do that. And yeah, it covers up my 11 o'clock on my Monday. But I know what it means, and it's not that big of a deal. And I've got a little butterfly down there for those holes. The stickers change depending on the week and down here. And sometimes I try to coordinate everything, and other times it's, oh, I feel like using this washi tape. Oh, these stickers work. I mean, that's very me in that sense. Then the next section is my, I've rearranged my sections actually. And one thing I have added are these hardcore Post-it tabs that don't break easily, and I love them. My next section has my master to-do list and all of the weekly sheets. Let me go back and explain that. Each week in the middle of the week, I add, and right now it's at the end of the week, so it can be with my weekend list is, actually I'm going to show you the back of the page. I take a piece of steno paper and I punch it on both sides and I secure them with rings because I do a lot of flipping back and forth. So I don't want the holes to wear out. And I just keep this in the middle of my week and I jot down any important reminders. That way I don't have to keep flipping back and forth. I got that idea from Christy at giftyetc.com, and she does that. She has like a smaller piece of paper that she puts on her weekly for an extended task list or reminders. And I did that when I was in the Daytimer Rose Gold Malibu, and it worked very well. And I've kept that here, and it just helps so much. So yeah, this section has the master to-do list and anything. Yeah, I can show you that page. Like, here's one of the weekly pages that once it's full, I move it back to the to-do section, I guess, and put in a fresh sheet. And I keep lots of paper in this section so that I don't run out of paper. When I do need to add the paper back in, I go through the master to-do list, because there are some things that I'll just decide this isn't that important, I don't need to do it, or stuff from the weekly pages where almost everything's been crossed off, but like one or two things, it gets added to the master to-do list, and then that sheet gets recycled. And that way I can clean up my binder a lot more often than just having pieces of paper everywhere. The next section, it has a smaller post-it tab, but that's just because I don't use this section that often, but I still want it. It's where I make my notes from my knitting podcasts. So I just filmed Knitting All the Podcasts episode number 8. So I keep a little bit of paper in here so that I can make notes on what I want to talk about in each podcast. The next section, which has another one of those post-it tabs, is my, I call this, and this section used to be farther ahead in the book, but I kept moving past it to get to the to-do section, so I just moved it. This is my categorized list section where I keep things like my writing to-dos. You know, I'm working on several books, so I need to keep that straight. You know, a list of stuff to journal about. Some of the stuff's kind of private, so I'm not going to show you. Notes I take from my my writing group. Yeah. So I usually try to do it in different color. Trips I want to take and stuff I want to do on those trips. Ideas for One Book July 2.0, and as you can see, it took me a while to decide on. Oh, I'm just going to do eBay write-ups, but that's another video. I loan stuff out to friends, and this is how I keep track of who has what. It's like my own little check-in, check-out log, and my passwords are back here and all that, and some ideas for poems, so I'm not going to show you that. And the final section I have in here, which truly makes this my everything carry-all, it has a yellow tab, is my shopping list and my coupon binder. I have an ongoing shopping list, and then I also keep, for when we have to make specific runs for stuff like to Publix, oops, I just tore that page. And it's double punched as well. This is an old list. And then, so when it's done, I'll just flip it over and do it that way. And then I have my coupon holders, which are made out of baseball card holders. Like this. I've done an entire, that shouldn't be in there. I've done an entire blog post about how to make these. And all you do is you cut them down to fit. And they literally are baseball card holders. There's no need to go buy the coupon binder set because it's just overpriced baseball card holders. So don't do it. So that's what's in the back. And I always hate not having my coupons with me when I go shopping. And it's fine. They don't take up that much room and all that. In the front, I have dashboards. They're just the plasticky cardboard that I can stick sticky notes to, and I have sticky notes here. And then I need to show you how I've done my weekly setups. So what I do that front page of each week is, I was thinking about, I think I've covered this in a passion planner talk as well, is I wanted specific to-do lists for my passions. So writing and knitting. and I have to keep up with stuff for the house. I like the idea of having a section to write down good stuff that happened, and then I needed to write down work stuff so that there is some stuff that I'll forget to do it if I don't write it down in my planner, especially for work. So this is how one week ended up, and there are 45 lines on these weeks, so I just divided them up into 5 sections, 9 lines each, and that worked. And that's just what a weekend list looks like. It's a standard list. Same thing on the next week. Usually I change around where work and good stuff is. Those two go back and forth. I have some weeks where I get a lot of writing done, and that's great, and other weeks where I don't. This past week I tried a different layout, and I didn't really like it. So I was noticing I wasn't getting certain things done because it was just too much to get done. So instead of having one big section with only one thing in it, I decided to do color-coded lists. So my writing thing, my knitting thing, some house stuff, my one book July thing, which isn't crossed off. You know why? Because I haven't done it yet. Work stuff. And that was okay. It was. And then what I'm going to do for this coming week is very much modeled on the Passion Planner. I am in no way saying my way's better. I'm just borrowing and manipulating Angel's idea for my own planner. But she completely came up with that. And I love the Passion Planner. I have done a This Week's Focus, a Good Stuff folder, a personal to-do list, a work to-do list, and general notes, which this would mimic the space of infinite possibility on the Passion Planner page. So if you've ever seen the Passion, I don't want to go get it right now, but if you just look at how the Passion Planner is laid out, it has a weekly focus, a good stuff that happened box, so you can stay positive. Because we all have those weeks where it can be really hard to remember what good has happened. I know for me that was definitely not this past Monday, but last Monday we got a lot of bad news on that day, and it sucked. So it's weeks like that and days like that where you need your good stuff that happened list to remind you that good stuff still does happen. My personal to-do list and my house and the work to-do list. This one's going to be color-coded. Purple for writing and knitting. Anything green has to do with house. Work, of course, is blue. So I've already got the workspace filled out because I did that Friday before I left for the week. And then notes. And I haven't started filling in the week yet. So I think this would be a good opportunity to show you what this week looks like blank. And because it gets filled up. Can I show you stuff on here? Yes, this is not this past week, but last week. This is how messy this thing gets. It gets so messy. So it hasn't gotten its full setup yet, but that's what it's like. And this thing, it fits in my bag. It fits in every single bag I have, which is good. And I love being able to, when I'm sitting in the drive-thru at the bank and I need to write down something, I can either flip to the Post-it, or I can flip to my weekly page and make a note. And everything's just here. It's all contained. So this is everything when I need it or when I'm out and about. And the pen I'm using, where to put my pen? I have been carrying around 2 pens. One is the Papermate Inkjoy Quattro, which has blue, green, black, and red in it, and that was fine. But that one, the black ink is giving me trouble. So I'm leaving that one at home right now, and I'm still carrying my Pilot High Tech Coletto 5 color, and it's blue, it's black, blue, pink, green, and purple. The pink I use to make notes about stuff for the garden, anything homestead related, watering the plants. I know it could be considered house, but I have pink, so I'm going to use it. And then I'm debating on whether or not to carry a red pen with me, because red is what I cross off everything, or check off everything, the dreaded red pen. So I'm glad I listened and impulsed 2 months ago to make some updated planner inserts out of my leftover blooms inserts, because when I thought about doing it, I got the idea at lunch. I'm like, I wonder if I still have those somewhere. Most likely. So that night, getting home from work, and I was leaving the next day to go to a 3-day conference, and I just made up like 2 weeks for it. I washi taped them. Actually, no, I wasn't even washi taping yet. I was just clear Scotch tape, taping over the holes, repunching it, redating, all that stuff. I figured, let me take this with me to the conference, see what I think about it. And I liked it. And I hadn't moved into a monster range yet. I was still in the little rings, but I liked it. So when I got back and played around with it some more, I had this this binder sitting around with these rings. And I'm like, you know what? Let me just get into this one and move into this one. So I did. And it's been great. So I've been in the planner addict world for 2.5 years. I have tried a multitude of different systems, and I have blog posts coming on that where I reflect on it. And it's just been a journey. 2.5 years down the road, and my DIY creation. This is what is working for me right now. I have the space, I have the portability, I have the flexibility that I need, which is great. Will I still be using this next year? Will I still be using it in 6 months? Who knows? But I am really glad I've taken the time to put together a planner that I dreamed up 2 years ago, at least 2 years ago. So for those of you that are in the planner system and not jumping around every couple of months, which if that works for you, great. It doesn't work for me. It was driving me crazy. I was spending a lot of money on different binders and planner systems. It's okay to experiment. Don't be afraid to try to make something yourself. Because at the end of the day, if your planner is not working for you, you're not going to use it. It's just a pretty binder or a pretty piece of leather or a pretty book on the shelf. And so if you take nothing else out from this video, sometimes it takes tearing something apart and making it your own, using outdated inserts, using what you have on hand to make something that absolutely works for you. I love this binder, and I'm so glad I made it. I can't wait to tell you about the covers. That I would talk about it now, but there's so much it needs its own video. So that's my Monster Flex. I do have an article, shameless self-promotion. I have written an entire article about how to make one, and my reflection on the Mini Flex, Monster Flex shebang for Carrie Harling's Paper Planning magazine. As far as I know, it will be in the August issue. So I will make myself a note that when that issue goes live, and if that article is in there, I'm pretty sure it's going to be, is in there, that I will link it back to this video. That way you can read it if you don't already follow Carrie's magazine. So, and if you don't, you should, because Carrie does such a great job. So, if you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. I'll be happy to answer anything I can. If you want to know how to make your own, because this was a full-size flex binder that I cut down, you're going to have to wait for Carrie's magazine because it's in there. Alright, everybody have a nice day, and I need to get this video uploaded because we're at 29 minutes and 40 seconds. It's going to take forever. Bye, everyone.